A boy picks up a loaf of bread at the supermarket, about to sneak it into his jacket, when a man suddenly stops him, but the man doesn't scold him. Instead, he kindly buys the bread and gives it to him. The boy crouches on the roadside and devours it. A wave of compassion washes over the man. He decides to help this boy. That night he lets the boy sleep in his car, but the next morning the boy is gone. He's even stolen all his money. The man is heartbroken, not because of the lost money, but because his kindness was betrayed. To make matters worse, his heart condition flares up. His dog quickly comes to his side, reminding him to take his medication. That's just how the world works. Sometimes dogs are more grateful than people. After taking his pills, the man gets back on the road, but now he's completely broke, turned into a homeless man. It's not that he doesn't want to go home, he simply doesn't have a home anymore. Not long ago, he was laid off from the factory where he'd worked for years. Middle-aged, he'd lost his edge in the job market. He spent ages looking for work, but no factory would hire him. The constant anxiety gave him heart disease. While he was still debating whether to tell his wife, she handed him divorce papers. That moment completely broke him, so he packed up his belongings and set out on one last journey with his dog, only to have a boy steal his life savings. Out of options, he finds a thrift shop, planning to sell his cherished old belongings. But looking at these worthless items, the owner politely turns him down. The man returns to his car dejected, only to find his dog curled up in agony. He rushes it to the hospital immediately. After treatment, the dog pulls through, but the medical bills are substantial. He begs the shop owner again to take those items. The kind-hearted owner finally agrees. He uses that money to pay the vet bills. After saying goodbye to the shop owner, they continue their journey, passing by a coffee shop. He uses his last few dollars to buy the dog some food. While chatting with the owner, he learns the owner loves dogs, so he decides to give his dog to the owner for adoption. He can no longer afford to keep it. For the dog, this would be a good home. It wouldn't have to wander and starve with him anymore. He writes the dog's name on its bed, smiles and says goodbye to his companion, solemnly hands the leash to the owner, then turns to leave. But the moment he starts the car, the dog suddenly starts barking frantically. He orders the dog to stop, but his usually obedient dog disobeys. It struggles with all its might to break free from the chain. Seeing this, the man instantly breaks down in tears. In the end, he can't bring himself to leave the dog behind, but they don't get far before the car runs out of gas. He and the dog scrounge around for food, making a meal from things they've found. But winter comes quickly. Hunger and cold keep gnawing at him. His condition keeps getting worse. He knows his days are numbered. He opens the car door, hoping the dog will leave, but each time the dog brings food back to him. Even after he's stopped breathing, the dog still brings him food, until it can no longer walk either. It curls up beside the man and falls asleep forever.